you're just gonna lose your inspiration because you're not creating anymore. It's your community that's creating. At that point in time, they might as well just go and start their own streaming and do it themselves. Number one, number one thing, professionalism is not more important than learning. When you are investing money into your stream, all of the small streamers out there invest money into the way the stream looks. They invest money into monitors, into high-end either webcams or DSLRs, high-end mics. They invest into these epic gaming chairs. So a lot of people buy, and then they go into Fiverr, and they may pay hundreds of dollars for somebody to create a logo and banner. And I got some like makeshift lighting. I don't have any of the crazy like Elgato lighting or or anything like major. This is literally like a $5 lighting thing that I found at a bargain bin, and it works. I like it. It makes the stream look pretty good, and it is what it is. I literally have my webcam. I wish I could show you. I might have to do a shot of this, but I have my webcam literally sitting on a 7-book set of the Chronicles of Narnia. So that's what I'm saying. Like, professionalism is great to have, and it's great to have your stream look nice and have all these expensive things. But honestly, the first little bit of money that you are gaining through your streaming and the first bit of money and payouts that you're getting from Twitch or YouTube need to go into making more content. It needs to go into something else that's going to bring you money and grow your channel. Whether it is going and paying somebody, like if you aren't willing to learn how to edit the videos or don't have the time, honestly, if you don't really have the time for that, you probably don't have the time to really be streaming. But if you're not putting the effort and time into learning how to edit videos and learning how to work that on the side of YouTube or Twitter or TikTok or whatever it is that you're using, and so you really have to get outside of Twitch in order to grow in Twitch, which kind of leads us into point 2 here. So point 2, it's your stream. So let's say you've been streaming for a little bit, maybe let's say 3 to 6 months. You've got yourself a nice little community that's grown, maybe averaging of 10 to 15 viewers. We'll even say 5 to 15 viewers, because honestly, I remember when we were averaging in that 5 range, I was super excited. I thought it was cool. What I see a lot in streamers is they become lazy, and they become reliant on the community to create their content. And so what happens is, and I'm not speaking anything against like creating community, of course. I am not speaking against having your community being involved in your stream. I think that's extremely important, and that's why there's emotes, and they've got the follower points that you can use in order to do different things in your stream. You can have some fun. You can create polls in your Discord and communicate with people that way. But ultimately, when it comes to the content that you're producing, you cannot leave that content up to your community, because it's your community. And if you've gotten to the point where you're leaving your content growth and your content like that you're streaming up to your community, one, you're going to get burnt out. You're just going to lose your inspiration, because you're not creating anymore. It's your community that's creating. At that point in time, they might as well just go and start their own streaming and do it themselves if they're going to create your content for you. So have a plan, have a direction, get inspired, go out and find something that you want to create and have fun with, and let that creativity just spring up in you. Have fun. It would be great. And remember, it's your stream. You create the content, you create the direction. Number 3, you have to work to get discovered. So in this, I'm just now getting started in this and learning the trade basically of editing videos, using editing software such as like Adobe Photoshop and different things in order to create videos and thumbnails, and I'm learning all the time. It's constantly like I'm always having to find new things to implement into my content that's going to take it to the next level. Because if you want to get where these high level streamers are, you have to find a way to get into your next level, into that next level. You have to do it better than them. That's extremely important, and that will take time. A lot of times these people have been streaming and making YouTube for years on end, and they've got this stuff invested in order to make their channel. And you can't play the little trump card of, oh, they have enough money, they can pay people to do it for them. Yeah, that's true, but that doesn't mean they're not putting work into their content. That doesn't mean that they didn't put work into the content from the start. And so that's just what you got to think. You can't play the victim card on these things. Point number 4, stay inspired. I've kind of already mentioned this throughout this, this discussion so far, is you have to find ways to stay inspired. And that might mean doing a lot of different things. It might mean taking a break. If you're completely burnt out and you're trying to stream 6-7 days a week and you're always in this mode, or maybe you're working 40 to 50 hours and then turning around and trying to spend time with family and spend time with friends and having a social life, and then turning around and trying to create the stream and be this super hype guy that you really don't have the energy to be. And so maybe in order for you to branch out, because at that point in time you don't have time to branch out and become inspired, maybe you just need to take a little, take a month off. It's not going to hurt. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take some time to mentally kind of get back into it. But watch other creators, watch other streamers, that you like and want to mimic, and find that inspiration of what they do. You don't have to do exactly what they do. That's not what I'm saying. Because if they're doing it, and you're trying to replicate that, then you're just going to keep falling behind those people. You got to find ways to make it you. What kind of value are you going to add into people's lives? Like, why would people watch you instead of that larger streamer? It's okay to start finding some inspiration from those guys, but then you have to turn that inspiration into something much larger, into you. You have a story, you have a purpose, you have something to impart into somebody. You just are out of inspiration. You got to find it. You got to get out there and look for it. And then point number 5, probably one of the most important ones, is set goals. If you set goals and you set ways to reach those goals and have an action plan in place of doing that, you're going to start seeing movement. You're going to start seeing growth, and you're going to start seeing things built and that you created. And maybe you've been streaming and you've been in, you're not inspired anymore. And so maybe you take my advice and you take this month off. Well, in that next month, not only should you be looking to get inspired by other people, but also start setting goals for yourself over the next 3 months, 6 months, year, 2 years, 3 years, however long you want to go with it, and however, far you can go with it. You can't be resistant to change just because something goes against the goals or this specific plan that you create. You have to be accepting of change, because there's just going to be things that don't go your way. So 100% set goals, Some of the goals that I created for this next year, for me, was one, I'm going to learn how to edit um, videos and thumbnails. I'm going to create good quality videos. I'm going to learn that trade. I'm going to learn how to edit. So that's what I do. I'm going to take every chance I can get and watch several people that I can to learn editing videos and learn editing thumbnails and this whole creation. And it's been really fun so far. Learning how to do this and kind of just letting my creative side come out has been great. It's been fantastic. There's other goals that I set that I have some must do goals, like, which are the learn everything I can and upload these videos and create content. And then I have some like want to goals, of reaching a subscriber count, reaching a follower count, and things like that that will hopefully get me to to that next level where these streams will start becoming a lot larger. And now those aren't goals that I'm super stuck on, just because it doesn't necessarily rely on me. It relies on other people clicking those buttons and doing the things. And so there's a lot of things that kind of come back on this, that isn't really under my control. There's some things that there are things that I can control, like I said, uploading quality content weekly, but what I can't control is people going yes, 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 yes. And so those are my 5 things that I've got for you. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some inspiration to keep on streaming, to keep fighting for it, maybe take a break. I don't know. I hope that this is something that you can take and use for the future.